On July of this year, I purchased a new 16-inch MacBook Pro. And yes, after Apple announced the Apple Silicon transition, I still went ahead and purchased it. My old computer was getting up there in age, and it was about time that I upgraded. In this video, I'm going to tell you if it's worth the upgrade to you and why, honestly, I don't regret it at all. Let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to start by giving you the computer specs. In my opinion, it was a good purchase, at least for me, for what I needed this computer to do. So you make your own determination whether it would be a worthy purchase for you. This computer has an Intel Core i9 processor. That's 8 cores. It has a performance of 2.3 gigahertz. The gigahertz is called the clock speed, is the measurement that they use to determine the speed of the processor. And it can go up to 4.8 gigahertz with a turbo boost. The turbo boost means that for a short period of time, it can increase its speed in order to be able to perform at that higher level, even if it is for a shorter period of time, as I stated before. Okay, this computer will have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 type RAM, and this RAM will work at a clock speed of 2666 megahertz, so that's pretty good. It has 1 terabyte solid state drive, and the most important part, it has an AMD Radeon Pro 5600M with 8 gigabytes of HBM2 memory. For you to have an idea, the HBM2 is a new technology, and for you to make comparisons, at least in the Mac line, MacBook Pro line, the other option that you have, they have what is called GDDR6 type memory. So in this case, it's an increase. It does a lot better regarding performance. Okay, so what do all those numbers mean in performance? Well, I'm going to give you an example of a rendering that I did, or of an export that I did in iMovie. This is the same video on both computers. My MacBook Pro 15-inch took care of it in 24 minutes and 35 seconds. That's how long I had to wait for an export in a small video, because this video was not that long. And my new 16-inch MacBook Pro took care of it in 9 minutes 5 seconds. So you can obviously see a very stark difference regarding how much it takes these computers to take care of this for you. And obviously, me saving that time means one less thing that I have to worry about, and me being able to upload those videos a lot quicker. And probably your most important question, which is, how much does this computer cost? Well, this computer in its configuration, the one that I purchased, is $3,899. I know it might be a little steep for most of us. It certainly was a high price for me. But in my case, as you can see, the price, it was basically me being so close to $4,000 was due to the video card, which was a $700 upgrade. So maybe you don't need to do that, but just so you have an idea, this is how much a computer with this particular specs would cost you. Okay, and finally, just to finish up, I want to leave you guys with this small clip I took regarding the speaker sound. In my opinion, it's one of the best sounding speakers I've ever heard on a laptop computer. If you know of one that's better, leave it in your comments. Okay, so what do all those specs that I just told you let you know? I honestly don't regret the purchase because for what I'm going to use the computer, which is photo editing and video editing, it works perfectly. And that's very important when you make your decision. If you're going to use a computer for that, my recommendation would be for you to buy a computer now, because the problem is that even though it is expected that the Apple Silicon will overperform the Intel computer, the problem is that it's rumored, it's expected. We don't really know what's going to happen until that computer comes out. So my recommendation is, if you're going to use it for that, make the purchase. You're not going to regret it. Now, if you're just going to use it to navigate the internet for normal use, then, and you can wait, because that's another thing that's very important. If you can't wait, purchase it now. But if you can, go ahead and wait. And if you're going to use it for just navigating, go ahead and wait. The Apple Silicon will most probably give you a longer battery life, which means you're going to have to spend less time charging it. Next time, less time near a power charging port or a charging wall charger. So if you can, go ahead and wait. If not, then do your purchase. You're not going to regret it. There's great computers out there. But if you're going to need, for example, if your best choice is a MacBook Air, then you probably should wait, because they're going to either come out with a new MacBook Air with an Apple Silicon, or with a MacBook with an Apple Silicon that will probably overperform whatever the MacBook Air is doing. If you use it for video and photo editing, then purchase your computer now, just so you avoid having any issues further down the line. Because even though the processor will be better and the video card will be better, or it's expected to be better, the problem is that it's expected to be better. Now, when you do your purchase, it's also very important for you to take under consideration what you need. This is not an inexpensive computer. It is very, very costly. So it's very important that you spend your money wisely. In my case, I decided to save the $200 upgrade for the processor and use it for the $700 video card upgrade. Why? Because when I'm video editing, the processor is mostly idling, while the video card is using everything it has. So in that case, it's better for you to have a nice video card than to have the biggest processor you can have, because the processor is gonna be just going like, okay, I got nothing to do. Also, the RAM upgrade. Almost everybody will be okay with 16 gigs. I upgraded to 32 gigs. And the reason I did that is because most of the times I have both Final Cut Pro, a web browser, and Photoshop open. So in order to be able to have those running optimally, then I went ahead and did the RAM upgrade. The only thing I regret is getting it for just 1 terabyte. If I would have gone for 2, I would have been more on the safe side, but I decided to go for just 1 terabyte. That is only the only regret that I really have. So in this case, very important to sum it up, it's up to you what you decide to do. In my opinion, if you need it now, get it. You're not going to regret it. But if you can wait, and what you need is not a powerhouse for a computer, then you go ahead and wait for the Apple Silicon. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button right below me. Also, remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you receive notifications. Also, help us grow. Share this video if you liked it. And stay tuned for the latest in news and rumors regarding technology. Later, guys.